So the majority of the times that I do these videos, it's because I got something new when I'm talking about it, so you're listening to it right now. I got a RODE VideoMic GOII as an on-camera shotgun mic. It is currently sitting on the camera now, that's why you can't see it. And this is the built-in camera mic. So here's the new mic here. So again, RODE VideoMic GOII. It is a small shotgun mic designed to go directly on top of a camera. So let's put this back on the camera so you can hear it a bit better. Okay, mic is back on the camera and just gonna go through a lot of the features of it. Now, two things. First is the mount. So it is mounted directly onto the top of the camera. There's a little slot in the top of most cameras that you can you take a little bit out and you slide the mount for mics and whatnot in the top there. I think it's called like an accessory shoe or something like that. So it comes with this shock mount that it is sort of attached to. So it's sitting in the shock mount, which is then mounted to the camera, and it can slide forward and backwards. So it is currently as forward as it possibly can. So it's as close to me as it can be. If, for example, I was on a super wide lens, or maybe the mic was a bit longer and you was getting in the top of the frame, we could just slide it back out of frame. You can also turn it around, put it on backwards, so if you were holding the camera and recording something but talking, then it would still be picking up your voice because it is pointing at you. So it's pretty easy to turn around. You just unscrew it slightly, slide it off, turn around, put it back on. The mount also has a standard 3/8 inch threaded hole for standard microphone arms like this. So this is actually the arm that I screw it onto when it's at my computer. I screw it directly onto this and have it over the top of my monitor. Now the input and output for this mic include a 3.5mm TRS jack, and it comes with a cable, so that is how it's connected to the camera right now. So this allows it to be connected to a camera. It does not allow you to connect it to a phone because it is a TRS, not TRRS. So you would have to get an adapter to have it work with the smartphone through this cable. However, it also has a USB-C port, which means you can connect it to a computer or a phone or any device with a USB-C port or USB-A port if you have a USB-A to C cable. So then that means it can be used as a USB mic, which is actually how I use it connected to my computer. I have it mounted up on my old mic arm above my monitor pointing down at me, so I have another mic that I can use when I'm streaming. I just really like the idea of being able to switch between two different mics for different situations. And while it is connected via USB, you have a few extra advantages to this. One, you have access to the RODE Connect software, so you can make some adjustments to it, adjust the input level, you can add a high pass filter and a couple other things. And while it is plugged in via USB, you can use the 3.5mm jack as a monitor output. So you could plug headphones directly into this to directly monitor the mic without delay. Now I don't do this because when I have it plugged into my computer, I just monitor all my audio through my headphones. So I don't really need that as an option, especially since I have multiple mics anyway, so at least one of them is going to have a delay if I did that anyway, so I just don't worry about it. But it is there as an option. Comes with this windshield right here. It's been on the whole time. This is what it sounds like without it. Now you probably didn't notice much of a difference because it's a windshield and there's no wind inside here, and I'm not close enough for plosives to really make much of a difference. So we're going to go outside tomorrow and test it in hopefully wind. Hopefully we can find some wind. Doesn't seem to get really windy around where I am, but we'll try. So this is what it sounds like inside without the windscreen, and you were listening to it before with the windscreen on. Now as you can see, I'm holding it a little closer, so you could probably hear a difference between it being on top of the camera, which is probably another 30 centimeters or so further back than it currently is now. So I'm now holding it at around arm's length, and it was slightly further away, so you might be able to hear a slight difference between this. Shotgun mics are designed to be able to be used a little bit further away, so they're meant to be out of frame, either directly above, like boomed overhead. That's what you see in movies and TV shows. Boom operators, they'll hold a shotgun mic on a boom arm directly above the frame of the camera. So they're designed to be able to be a little bit further away, however, they still do sound better the closer you are to them in general. Now, we don't want to get too close that it starts to clip or anything like that. So it is not a dynamic mic, it is a condenser mic. So you're not going to want to put your mouth directly on it. This is also what it sounds like up close. And this is what it sounds like far away. But that's all the features really. We're just going to quickly go over to the computer and we'll compare this sound to how it sounds when it is plugged in via USB. and then we'll go outside to see what it sounds like in non-ideal conditions. Okay, so this is how it sounds when it is connected still via the 3.5mm jack, mounted above my monitor how I would have it when I was streaming. And this is what it sounds like when it is plugged into the computer via USB. I haven't really listened back to this yet, so I don't really know how different it is. It most likely can get a bit louder because I can do more processing on my computer, whereas directly into the camera, it has no processing on it. I do have a compressor, noise gate, limiter, and EQ on this mic through the Wavelength software that I use. So this is most likely going to sound better, and it'll probably be able to get a bit louder than it can with the preamps on the camera. And I did not do any processing on any of the audio you've heard before now. Now I currently have it boomed a little less than arm's length away from me now, slightly above and pointing directly more towards my chest, because apparently that's where you want to point shotgun microphones, because you don't want to go too high and accidentally get a lot of the room sound, because they're a highly directional type of microphone. So this is what it sounds like boomed overhead, and this is what it sounds like mounted directly onto the camera. So it is slightly further away, higher, and not quite angled as down as much. So I can't imagine this sounding better than when it is closer and pointed more towards the source of the sound. But next we're going to take it outside and see what it sounds like compared to in here. Hopefully we can find some wind and we can test the capability of the windshield. Okay, now outside. Don't know how loud this is, but pretty loud. A plane just flew overhead, so I can still hear that. There's a bird doing something just over there, so let's go do some stuff though. Okay, and it's a bit windy here, so I don't know how well you can hear me. I'm sort of facing directly at the wind now, and now the mic is facing at the wind and the wind kind of stopped, but we'll see if it actually makes any difference. And now the windshield is off, so see if that makes a difference. Okay, the wind's blowing directly into the mic now, and it's behind the mic now. One thing to just note as well is my room is not particularly suited for sound. It is not sound treated at all. I've hung a few hoodies up on the wall from hooks to try and do my best that I can without spending any money on sound treatment. I am currently trying to figure out if I can get something to put on this wall here and maybe in the corners of my room to try and slightly sound treat my room as best I can. But that's just a thing to note when you're listening to the audio of this. It is going to pick up a lot more room sound and reverb, so caveat, I guess. Okay, so that is pretty much it about this mic. This is going to be my main on-camera mic for any time that I'm doing any sort of these videos where it is impractical to have another mic set up, maybe boomed ahead. I'll still use this one with a boom arm if I need to, or if I'm doing any sort of like IRL vlog type stuff, then this mic will be on the camera at all times. I'm really fighting the urge to get a bigger, better shotgun mic, to have like a full XLR shotgun mic set up for the PC, but for now this is going to be the setup with this, and I also have it as a second mic on stream, so whenever I'm doing my just chatting sort of section on the stream, like at the start and end of the stream most of the time, then I usually have this mic on just for a bit of variety and just to change it up and sound a little different. I feel like it fits that scenario a bit better than having a dynamic mic in my face. However, while gaming, the dynamic mic in my face does make a lot more sense, and I can talk about that in another video if you would like. Now, I'm probably going to do a video now comparing all the mics that I have, so stay tuned for that probably in the next couple of weeks. But thank you for watching this one. If you liked the video, please click the like button, subscribe, turn notifications on, share the video, come hang out in the streams every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday night, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Transition.